Sometimes the smallest problems seem insurmountable, and this is one. Today, we're tackling a really common issue that a lot of us experience: swollen ankles. If your ankles feel more like water balloons than joints, you're not alone. That uncomfortable, tight, and sometimes even painful sensation can really put a damper on your day, making it hard to move around or even find comfortable shoes. It's more than just a cosmetic concern. It's about how you feel and function. Swollen ankles, known medically as peripheral edema, can result from everything from sitting too long at your desk, standing all day for work, or even after intense workouts when your body is trying to recover. Sometimes it's just gravity winning the battle after a long day. However, they can also be a warning sign that your circulation or lymphatic system isn't operating at full power, meaning fluids aren't being moved efficiently through your body. It's important to listen to these signals your body is sending. The good news: you don't have to train like a pro athlete or undergo complicated treatments to get relief from everyday ankle swelling. A few simple, lazy-friendly exercises and some affordable supports can do wonders to alleviate discomfort and get you back on your feet, feeling lighter. So let's dig into what causes swollen ankles and how movement, muscle support, and a few smart tools can help you feel lighter on your feet again. We're going to make this manageable and effective. Alright, let's kick things off with a foundational move that's incredibly easy to incorporate into your daily routine: ankle pumps. This exercise might seem basic, but don't underestimate its effectiveness in combating swollen ankles and boosting that crucial lower leg circulation. You can do this almost anywhere, while you're watching TV, sitting at your computer, or even when you first wake up in bed before you even get your day started. The primary goal here is to gently encourage fluid movement out of the ankle area without putting any high-impact stress on your joints, which is especially important if they're already feeling tender and puffy. Think of it as a gentle nudge to your circulatory system. So, to perform ankle pumps, you'll want to find a comfortable position. You can either sit tall in a chair with your legs extended out in front of you, or if you prefer, you can lie flat on your back on a bed or mat, again with your legs extended. Ensure your legs are relatively straight, but avoid locking your knees. Now, focusing on one leg at a time, gently flex your foot. This means you're pulling your toes upwards, towards your head, trying to point them towards your shin. You should feel a mild stretch in your calf and engagement in the muscles on the front of your shin. Hold this flexed position for a brief moment, then slowly and deliberately point your toes away from you, as if you're pressing down on an imaginary gas pedal. Feel that contraction in your calf muscles. That completes one repetition. The instruction here is to repeat this movement about 20 times for each leg. The real magic behind ankle pumps lies in how they activate your calf muscles. Your calf muscles act almost like a secondary heart for your lower legs, contracting and relaxing to help pump deoxygenated blood and excess fluid back up towards your heart against gravity. This simple action significantly improves blood flow and lymphatic drainage in the ankle region. Because it's such a low-impact exercise, it's perfectly safe and beneficial even if your ankles are currently quite swollen and sore. Consistency is your best friend here. Doing these regularly can make a truly noticeable difference in reducing that puffiness and discomfort. Next up on our list of easy and effective exercises are seated calf raises. This is another fantastic low-impact movement that specifically targets your calf muscles, the gastrocnemius and soleus, which, as we've just discussed with ankle pumps, are absolutely crucial for maintaining good circulation in your lower legs and helping to prevent fluid buildup. The beauty of seated calf raises lies in their sheer accessibility. You can seamlessly integrate them into your day whenever you find yourself seated for an extended period, whether that's at your work desk, during a long meeting, while commuting if you're a passenger, or even just relaxing at home. It's a subtle yet powerful way to engage those important muscles. To get started with seated calf raises, sit comfortably on a chair with your feet flat on the floor, positioned about hip width apart. Ensure your knees are bent at roughly a 90-degree angle, and try to maintain good posture with your back relatively straight. Now, keeping the balls of your feet and your toes firmly on the floor, slowly lift your heels off the ground as high as you comfortably can. You should feel a distinct contraction or squeeze in your calf muscles as you do this. Hold this raised position for a count of 1 or 2 seconds, really focusing on that muscle engagement. Then, slowly and with control, lower your heels back down to the floor. That's 1 full repetition. For an extra challenge, if you feel up to it and want to increase the intensity, you can place a small weight, like a couple of books, a filled water bottle, or even a light dumbbell, across your thighs. The instruction is to aim for about 20 repetitions of these seated calf raises. This exercise is excellent because it strengthens those key calf muscles. Stronger, more active calf muscles are far more efficient at pumping blood and lymphatic fluid out of your lower extremities, which directly translates to reduced swelling and less discomfort in your ankles. Even without any added weight, the repeated contraction and relaxation of these muscles will significantly boost your local circulation. It's a fantastic way to counteract the pooling of fluid that often occurs from prolonged sitting, a common culprit behind swollen ankles. Remember to perform the movement slowly and with control to maximize muscle engagement and avoid any potential strain. This simple addition can make a world of difference. Now let's talk about harnessing the power of gravity to our advantage with a wonderfully passive yet highly effective technique, leg elevation, combined with gentle ankle rolls. This is a classic recommendation for reducing swelling for a very good reason. It genuinely works. Elevating your legs so that your ankles are positioned above the level of your heart allows gravity to assist in draining excess fluid that has accumulated in your ankles and lower legs, helping it move back towards your body's central circulation. It's a soothing approach, especially when your ankles are feeling particularly heavy or achy. Adding ankle rolls to this elevated position not only further aids fluid movement, but also helps to maintain and even improve the flexibility and range of motion in your ankle joints, preventing that dreaded stiffness. To perform this exercise, find a comfortable spot where you can lie down on your back, such as on the floor with a mat or on your bed. You'll need to elevate your legs. A very effective way to do this is to position yourself near a wall, scooting your hips close to it, and then rest your legs straight up against the wall. Keep your legs as straight as is comfortable for you. Alternatively, if a wall isn't convenient, you can place a stack of pillows, a bolster, or even a folded blanket under your lower legs and ankles. The critical factor here is to ensure that your ankles are noticeably higher than your heart. Once you're settled in this elevated position, begin to make small, slow, and deliberate circles with your ankles. Rotate them in a clockwise direction for about 10 to 15 repetitions, and then switch to a counterclockwise direction for another 10 to 15 repetitions. You can do this with both ankles simultaneously or one at a time if that feels more controlled. The benefits here are really twofold and quite significant. The elevation itself, as we've established, is fantastic for promoting fluid drainage, taking a considerable amount of pressure off your circulatory and lymphatic systems in the lower limbs. The ankle rolls beautifully complement this by gently stimulating circulation within the ankle joint itself and the surrounding soft tissues. Furthermore, these movements help to prevent the stiffness and reduced mobility that can often accompany persistent swelling. Try to maintain this elevated position while performing the ankle rolls for at least 5 to 10 minutes. You can do this several times a day, particularly if you've been on your feet a lot, after a long day of sitting, or whenever you notice the swelling is more pronounced. It's a great way to unwind in the evening. This next exercise injects a bit of playful creativity into our routine, but don't let that fool you. It's surprisingly effective. We call it the foot alphabet, and it's an absolutely excellent way to improve overall ankle mobility, build subtle strength in the supporting muscles, and enhance coordination, all of which are beneficial for better circulation and, consequently, reduced swelling. What I particularly like about this exercise is that it targets not just the major obvious movements of the ankle, like up and down or side to side, but it also skillfully engages the smaller, intrinsic stabilizing muscles that wrap around and support the joint. Think of it as a comprehensive, multi-directional workout for your entire ankle complex, cleverly disguised as a simple tracing game. And the best part? It requires no equipment whatsoever. To get started with the foot alphabet, find a comfortable position where your foot can move freely without bumping into anything. This could be while you're sitting in a chair with your leg extended slightly, or even while lying down on your back or side. Choose one leg to begin with. Now imagine your big toe is a pen or a paintbrush. Using your entire foot and ankle to guide the movement, begin to write the letters of the alphabet in the air. Start with a capital A, then move on to B, then C, and so on, tracing each letter as clearly and largely as you can, all the way through to Z. Really focus on initiating the movement from your ankle joint, making the motion smooth and controlled. Once you've completed the full alphabet with one foot, take a brief pause, and then switch to the other foot and repeat the entire sequence. For an added challenge, and to work different facets of your ankle's mobility and control, you can vary the exercise. Try going through the alphabet using uppercase letters, and then, for a different feel, repeat it using lowercase letters, which often require more intricate movements. You could even try writing your name or short words. The real beauty of the foot alphabet exercise lies in its ability to guide the ankle through its full spectrum of motion. That includes dorsiflexion, toes up, plantar flexion, toes down, inversion, sole of the foot inwards, and eversion, sole of the foot outwards. These varied multi-directional movements act like a pump for fluid in the ankle area, improve synovial fluid circulation within the joint for better lubrication, and strengthen those often neglected smaller muscles that provide crucial stability. Our final exercise in this series for tackling swollen ankles is toe taps. This is another incredibly straightforward, yet surprisingly potent movement that can significantly help in improving lower leg circulation and alleviating that heavy, puffy feeling. Toe taps specifically target the tibialis anterior muscle, which is the prominent muscle running along the front of your shin bone. This muscle plays an absolutely key role in dorsiflexion. That's the action of lifting your foot and toes upwards towards your shin, and is vital for a healthy walking gait, shock absorption, and importantly for us today, efficient circulation in the front part of your lower leg. Strengthening and activating this muscle helps enhance the muscle pump action in this area, effectively complementing the work done by your calf muscles in moving fluid away from your ankles. To perform toe taps correctly, you'll want to sit comfortably in a chair, much like the starting position for the seated calf raises we did earlier. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor to begin with, and your knees are bent at a comfortable, roughly 90-degree angle. Now, the crucial part. Keep your heels firmly planted on the ground throughout the entire exercise. From this stable base, lift the toes and the front part of both your feet upwards, pulling them towards your shins as high as you comfortably can. You should feel the muscles on the front of your shins, that tibialis anterior, engage and contract. Then, lower your toes and forefoot back down to gently tap the floor. You're looking to create a rhythmic, continuous up and down tapping motion with your forefeet while your heels remain anchored. The instruction here is to try and continue these toe taps for about 1 to 2 minutes straight. As you get into it, you might start to feel a bit of a warming sensation or even a slight burn in your shin muscles. That's perfectly normal and a good indicator that your tibialis anterior is getting a proper workout. This targeted muscle activation is excellent for promoting blood flow and lymphatic drainage away from the ankles and feet, helping to reduce fluid accumulation. Regular sessions of toe taps can significantly alleviate that heavy, leaden feeling in your lower legs, and can also contribute to better balance, foot control, and overall ankle health. It's a fantastic, quick way to get the blood moving, especially if you've been stationary for a prolonged period, like after a long car ride or a day at the office. So there you have it, 5 simple, low-impact exercises that you can easily incorporate into your daily routine to help say goodbye to swollen ankles. We covered ankle pumps, seated calf raises, leg elevation with ankle rolls, the foot alphabet, and toe taps. None of these require any fancy equipment, and most can be done while you're already sitting or relaxing. The key is that they all work to improve circulation and lymphatic drainage in different yet complementary ways. Remember, even a little movement can make a big difference when it comes to managing ankle swelling and improving your overall comfort. Consistency is far more important than intensity with these kinds of gentle exercises. Try to incorporate these exercises into your day, perhaps twice daily for about 5 to 10 minutes each session, and I'm confident you'll start to feel the relief and notice a reduction in that puffiness. Listen to your body and never push through sharp pain. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope these exercises help you feel lighter on your feet and more comfortable. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more health and wellness tips. Let me know in the comments below if you try these exercises or if you have any other go-to remedies for swollen ankles. Stay active and stay healthy.